Hello there, welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. Halfway through now the Daddy's Boy Challenge. Timmix here, and it has really turned out to be a barn burner. Spartan again taking the lead from us in a close race in Dubai, but they got the better of us. It's only the second race Gabler has failed to win, and getting her in, if she wins the race, there's enough of a difference. You get 10 for first, 6 for second. If she wins the race and Spartan finishes second and third with Lori and Sevilla, then we can basically break even. Usually at worst break even. If she doesn't, we have a lot of trouble. And the Spartan drivers really seem to be better than the rest of the field. Like, the top three is just, it's Lori, Sevilla, and Gabler in some order. Now, I mean, Dutt's there in terms of the points, but I'm just talking about like overall. Hashimoto doing great in the last couple qualifying. She's hit a couple poles, but then really falls flat in the races because just is pitting more than anybody else really out there. So we've got to get Gabler winning. Stone contributing whatever he can, and I've also got to be a little more clinical, a little more accurate with the strategy, particularly on Stone. I've really got to get the most out of both cars to try and pull this off. Really enjoying the challenge right now. It's intense. It could go either way. So let's take a look what we've got now. And another interview, of course. See what do we got, 12 hours. That's nothing. And talking about the rivalry, and their boss Rick Stone and myself, Chip Winters. A lot of words being exchanged apparently. Hashimoto had a bit of a disaster, finishing down in 9th. What's your analysis? Their team looks weak. And so we just reduced Atsuno Race's marketability. Okay. May not actually help us in the long run. I still thought it was amusing. We got a boring Barry. Chip, you need to get rid of Roger Dunbar pronto. He's a real vibe killer. He doesn't like parties. He works late. Has hints of humor of a brick. I swear all he thinks about is that damn car. We've got to axe this square before he brings down the whole garage. Yeah, we can't afford to fire Dunbar. I think that's his mechanic. I think that's what he's whining about. Let's take a look. Yep. That's it. He's whining about Dunbar, his mechanic, but that ain't happening, fellas. So let's take a look at our morale here. His morale's still good, which means we're going to be totally fine. And about to finish the spoiler here about the same time as the car repairs, most likely. Let's roll on that. Car repair finished first. Okay. So we're pretty much still just looking to max out the parts that we have not done so yet. The engine and the suspension. The brakes are as good as they're going to get. The gearbox is as good as it's going to get. So that leaves engine, suspension, and spoiler. We're not going to get to all of them because of the finances. I already talked about that. But there's our spoiler. Okay. So yeah, we're not using that one either. We're going to use the next ones that we make, I believe is where we were at with that. So, the plus 20 is definitely the best there. Plus 2 days, but also gaining more there. Minus 15% reliability, but we can always boost that back up. And then we add a random legendary component. Plus 100 during race, plus 40, minus 15 red zone, plus reliability. So we have a 50% chance of it actually not helping. But we're not paying any extra for it. It's still going to be 900K, still going to be the same amount of time. The other option would be to try to find something else that helps. We could just pick this one and automatically get an extra 10. These two would be huge if we got them. Now what I would like to do is just go with just go with the random legendary component. If we didn't get the right one, well, make a new part. We don't have the money for that. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with the safe route. Let me check where that is. That's 441. And if we take a look at our current parts, the current spoilers that we're using are at about the 300 mark. So this is a big, big increase as it is. Obviously, I'd like a better one. Love a better one. But we just don't have the money to take that kind of a risk. So, you know, bird in the hand and all of that. Okie dokie. So we're just going to keep knocking these out, and we're going to run out of stuff to do here real quick. Until that part's finished. Yep. So, okay, Javier Vasquez, the end of his career. I don't think that's even in our competition. Guys are getting bored. There's only so many cups of tea we can make. Blah, 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 blah. Well, all we got left is the... I mean, there's literally nothing. We could work on spoilers that we're not going to use, which would be pointless. Although, why did those get kicked out? Because we're using those. Oh, I was working on suspension and engines. That's what it was. Okay, well, yeah. Go ahead and perfect our current spoilers. Have fun with that, guys. Okay. We are second in the team's championship. This is currently worse than our original target of first. If you have not met your target at the end of the season, you will be fired. No pressure. A ride and handling facility would allow us to improve our suspension. Yeah, that's nice, but... Guildford, 40 laps, 3 1/3 miles. Lap record is 1:44, so this is a long track. Likely to be some rain, 20% chance. That would help Gabler. High-speed corners. Good spoilers will benefit from additional downforce. And, of course, Atsuno looking particularly strong. Soft and medium tires. Should be able to make the tires last. Again, I'm going to be going soft with a one-stop strategy. I think that's our best approach. And there's our spoiler. Okay, so there's our first spoiler. And the question is... It's looking great, but there's always a but. we really are not going to be able to use it. So go ahead and keep those in there. Throw that in your reliability. Throw everything you've got at it. It won't be ready for 8 days after the race. So we're still be better off using these for this time around. And of course, we want to design the final one, which is going to do exactly the same thing. Another 950K down the drain. But that's our last part that we're going to get for the time being. And look at that new spoiler where it jacks us up to. We're still second, right behind Atsuno. Our suspension's still second behind Atsuno. It looks like we're falling a bit further behind on the engine. But yeah, we're obviously that's going to greatly strengthen our weakest part once we get those spoilers rolling. So that being our biggest weakness on the high-speed corners, we'll be taking those high-speed corners a lot better. And that should dovetail also nicely with the acceleration and brakes, because if you can go in at a higher speed, and you've got, so it'd allow those to have even more impact going in and out, with the sort of the middle part being the corner having improved strength as well. So looking good on all of that. Okay, Lori's been tipped as a driver to beat. I may have lost most of my fortune to my third ex-wife, but I had any money left. I'd bet it on him. Nice. Jarita Dutt says she's a better driver than Gabler. Whatever. And Kaluza wants to pick up some points. I don't remember where Kaluza's at. Down in 13th. Okay, so, yeah. And you're still concerned about financial management. Well, that's the last thing I'm spending. So there is that. See where our chairman happiness is. And yeah, he's not looking too good. If I can get him back up here, I'm going to ask him for more money, but I want to get him up pretty high before I do that. Otherwise, risk being fired in the middle of the race. Okay, let's see where we got on these. Yeah, each of them is within a single point of its best level, so not going to get very far. And even with maximum effort, we only got the spoiler up to 60%. So obviously that's not nearly good enough. Usual sponsor. Usual opinion on the cars. And at least we did boost those spoilers a little, because they're going to be vital here. Very high tire wear, very low fuel burning, and yeah, 40 laps of 5 kilometers each. Now they're saying no rain. Rain in practice, but not rain on race day. So we'll see which way that goes. That could be a key factor, because if it does rain a significant amount during the race, and our latest forecast is wrong, then that would really help Gabler. If it doesn't, well, we could be in trouble on this track, but let's see what we can come up with. And it is indeed rainy for Friday practice. Of course, Guildford is the same track that we had for the breaking point challenge just before this. And we're pretty much automatic and locked into where we want to be here with our weight stripping. Going any lower, you know, some of our parts have gotten iffy towards the end of races. So going any lower would be too dangerous. So we're going to have a 315 on this particular track, and all really depends on how many parts are labeled crucial. That's the key matter. The more parts that are labeled crucial, the less weight stripping we can do. Okay, so yeah, Gabler second in practice. Nice to be a bit ahead of the Spartan drivers. We'll see if that lasts. Balcazar down here in 10th because of the handling issue that we never fixed. Still within a second. Overall, I'm calling that a promising finish, and I like the fact that Gabler isn't happy even though finishing second. She's disappointed with that. That's great stuff. So we got nicer weather here for qualifying, as predicted. And do I want the 5% performance increase from Gabler, or do I want light-footed so she starts off the race with slightly better tires? Because I'm going to want to put soft tires on. The question is, do I go with that 5% qualifying bonus or the light-footed? And I'm going to continue to focus on the race. Still think that's the best way to go. Whereas Stone will go this way. Okay, so nobody from the top teams. We've got Orange up in second with Rodriguez, who has really been making a charge lately, and Dudd in seventh. So they actually did the best in the first round. We were second, getting fourth and eighth, and Sevilla and Lori one spot behind each of our drivers. So that's interesting. This, if that holds up, this race could go to anybody. On to round 2 of qualifying. Time to see who's got the goods on the final day. You see Dutt in 7th. So the Spartans definitely stepped up. 1st and 4th, we're in 3rd and 6th. But again, we probably could have done better if we'd run a second session. So I'm hoping we can compete with them here for some of the top spots. Let's find out. Track grip is high, but not quite all the way. Let's just wait a little bit. Just showing everybody that she's still the master of qualifying. So, 2nd and 8th. Lori in 3rd, not far behind Gabler. And Sevilla in 6th. Dutt down in 9th. So, I still think it's us and Spartan. So, yeah. See if Gabler can get out quickly here. Okay. Race trim. Do we want the performance increase or more slower wear? Well, I don't know. Let's take a look at the cars. Sorry about that. Take a look at our... And how did we do there at the end? We made it worse. Okay, I'm going back to that. 95%. The tires, even a full set only gets me 20 laps. So the only way I'm going to be comfortable getting the tires to the finish line is by going the full distance. Now I want to get to 20. So I'm going to take half of the laps that I want to get. Let's see, 8. Yeah. Yeah, I think 10 is where I want to be. Okay, and then for Stone, we're going to be going with a 3-lap choice, a three stint option. Go with 13 laps of fuel to start. Okay, so we definitely want to go light-footed, and then the race trim, and engine expert race trim. Now let's take a look at our weather. Oh, we'll strike everything I just did, because it's going to get wet. It's going to be a little wet at the beginning, not bad, but around lap 10, we're going to want to come in. Okay. Don't know how wet it's going to be at the end. But the first part of the race, that second stint is going to be important. So we don't want 10 laps. We only want to be able to get around I mean, this seems really low, but I don't think it is. So 5 laps for her, and then I don't want that anymore. There we go. Again, I'm sorry about that. I just shut it off for now. So we've got I don't know which are going to be the best, but some of the cars are probably going to go wet tires during that wet period. I'm going to go with the intermediates. I think I want to stick with the same thing here. Yep. But again, I need to get him to the point where he is ready to come in at lap 10. We'll give him the 10 laps. That should be about right. Okay, and of course we should be able to burn the tires pretty aggressively here. So Hashimoto and Gabler in the front row. Hashimoto a much better time, but Gabler looking good today. Hashimoto decent. Laurie and Hume next back. Hume definitely the surprise in this group. Holgerson, Sevilla, medium tires. Tanaka, medium tires. And Stone back here in 8th. In the 4th row, Dutt and Kaluza looking great today. So see how this rolls. Gabler with a nice start, taking the lead. That's what I love to see. Hashimoto a little slow. Hashimoto is on medium tires, though. Stone falling back to 9th right away. Gabler does figure to be lighter than everybody else. See if I can get her back to high with no... Yeah, we're pulling away. So we're going to go with high and push these first couple of laps. And here comes the rain, but it's not going to last very long. It's Stone falling like a rock through the field. That's not what I was looking for. Look, there is nobody 2 through 12. All on medium tires, and Gabler out there on softs. Nope, but that's not the goal. So yeah, let's just switch back to medium. I want to go push on the tires, though. Medium on the gas. Stone now starting to pop back up to 12th, getting past Edwards. Yep, Stone up to 7th. I want to ponder this a bit. It's just starting to rain again now. According to this, it's touchy. But I actually think I want to go intermediates now. So I'm going to come in. Come in for the inters, and then for how long? I think about lap 23. So now I want to get about 14 laps out of this. I don't have much left on the battery. Eight to 9 laps of fuel. Let's just play it safe. Go up with 9. Parts are fine. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then Stone is about 10 seconds back. This is a 13-second pit stop. I'm going to take a risk and have him pit at the same time. So, we want to get 14 laps out of him. Let's go with the 13 again. And he's going to have a longer stop, which, of course, we would expect. I don't remember if I got the right tires. Let me redo that. I just didn't remember if I'd done that correctly. Alright, there we go. Coming in and other drivers going by. And again, I am going to want to push the tires here for the most part. But not necessarily when I'm 2 seconds. Screw up on the tires there. That's not good. Do I want to go around again? Yeah, let's go around one more. We'll go in high. There we go. That's going to do it. Okay. Now the question is, I don't think Stone can make it. Be real close. Let's see if we can sneak it out. Nope. Not going to make it 18 laps. So, if we're not going to make it 18 laps, let's try to get 10. Backing off on the fuel here just as I come in because it's about to get real dicey. Yep, just barely making it. Happy with that stop. So far so good for Stone. I just wish he was a little bit smoother driver so that he could get the 2 stops here, but he's going to have to come in for a third. So be it. And he'll just push the tires then here. Crud. Yep, crud. Well, I went around one more lap than I wanted to for Gabler. But she should have enough to make the distance. It's going to be inefficient in terms of how fast she's going to go. So 16 laps. 10 laps of fuel should be enough. I want to be cautious. There's absolutely no reason not to be cautious here. And yeah, I'll stick on high until her battery power runs out, and then I'll switch to low. Actually, you know what? Let's switch down to medium now. I just want to make sure I get there. %, go low. She's either going to make it or she's going to be real close. Nope, not going to make it around the last turn without running out of fuel. 30-second lead, and we're going to need every bit of that now. Oh, crap. That's what happens when you miss a pit stop. Last stop for her, though. And I'm not entirely sure. She's like going to just barely lose the lead. Doesn't even quite do that. Okay, go medium. And trying to chase down Bags. Hashimoto not going to make it, I don't think. Parisi is a question mark. So Stone should get up to 5th. Yeah, there goes Hashimoto into the pits. Depends on how long Hashimoto stays in there. Yeah, the gap was big enough. Yeah, spoiler not looking great. You weren't wrong. It's far from a sure thing here that we're going to make it all the way around. 3. You got to get about one more lap around before Stone can go hybrid here. 2.5. You know what? That should do it right about there. And I'll have a little bit more fuel than I needed. But again, just playing it safe here. As Parisi comes in, so Stone moves up to 5th. I think I've got enough tire left. We're just going to go attack the rest of the way. See if we can get Bags. Meanwhile, Gabler winning this in a runaway. Go ahead and attack for your final lap. There we go. Nice win. And let's see where we are with Hashimoto, who is on Baggs' tail as we go in. Can we get this pass for 4th position? Not looking good around this final turn. We're on the outside, pushing up. Oh, we're going to make it. Just pulls ahead of Baggs for 4th position. That is a heck of a thing. A heck of a finish. His best finish of the year. But, yeah, only Hashimoto even within half a minute. Gabler running away with this thanks to our superior strategy. So yeah, it was the wet weather stuff. She's a good wet weather driver, plus the others didn't really take care of it. Tsuno getting the fastest lap. I didn't see Hashimoto beating out the time that Lori had, but that's even better. Lori in 6th, and Sevilla all the way back down in 17th. See if we get any violations to add to the fun. Not by ourselves, and not by anybody else either. So that's how it ends. Love seeing no Spartans on the podium. Gabler extending her lead at the top, and Stone up to 8th overall. And, you know, could creep his way up past Blasi and Rodriguez, potentially, to finish as high as 6th. A 10-point lead now in the standings. And it still isn't over with 5 races to go, but we're looking pretty darn good now. I would be surprised to see us lose. Slower than slow, defying the laws of physics. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration. Great job this weekend. We're right up there, looking forward to the next race. I've never seen anybody worse than Sophie Sevilla. Joke driver. Are you kidding? That joke driver has been a big threat. Yeah, she had a bad race. That wasn't her fault. That was a fault of the strategy by Spartan. Rick Stone, their team principal. He's the GOAT of the week. He's the GOAT of the situation. He's the one who screwed it up. Alright, and top 4 finish got him a positive morale boost, and also a positive boost with the mechanic, going back the right direction. So that's very nice to see. Expected to be first, came first. Everybody all happy, and looks like soon we're going to get another point of feedback from Balcazar here. I don't think we're going to improve fast enough to get quite any more improvements out of Stone. And of course, Gabler's past the point of improving. So, yeah. We make the sponsor bonus both times, losing only just under 200K. And I'm hoping that's our low point financially. Okay, I'm going to check out the sponsors real quick. And yeah, we're going to get 2 more sponsor offers in. Plus, let me go back here. Plus, this should be our last spoiler. We're not planning on building anymore. So I should be able to bounce our finances back up gradually. And, you know, for now, I'm going to try to get away with not designing any more parts. So, 7 races in the books. Comeback win in Guildford after the bad, well, not bad, but after Spartan had taken the lead in Dubai. And we're off to Singapore next. Hammer's in the driver's seat. But it's not over yet.